Okay, welcome to a brief little tour of Castle Trinity. I'm starting out here at the VGA Awesome Minecraft Hub. And now I'm going to walk over to the Castle Trinity teleporter. Get a nice shader pack installed right this second. Some custom settings. Makes everything look nice and shiny and bright. Just over here. Now when you teleport here, you may look around and go, huh, not much of a castle, just a bunch of trees, little stone monument thing, a house, a couple puppers, little outdoor stable, a couple skelly horses hanging out. But if we head on back to this house over here and head on inside, hello, we'll see that we should head on downstairs. And there's a big old map there. And then we get down here and ooh, there's a whole place down here. So there's 4 different wings to this building, and they're actually mapped out by these. So that's the purple wing, that's the green one, that's the blue one, and this is the orange one, or orange and red, magenta and purple, light green green, light blue blue. And of course there are nice beacons set up all over this place. There are 10, and they all provide speed boosts, because who goes slow? I figure the first one we'll do is the first wing I completed, which is the green one. This is the first one I built when this place was first set up. It has storage places for all the different types of tree, dark fir, jungle. Little setup kit over here. Little pool. I actually have it set up so it should drip from the ceiling. Oh, there you go. Little blue just drips down. Just a little bit of water up there so it looks like it's dripping water. It's the most minimal water you can have dripping. This is a oak tree farm. Pop this up real fast. All this collection space here. Grab yourself an oak sapling, stand on the trapdoor. Usually doesn't take this long. Oh, there it goes. And you just keep placing oak saplings there. The oak saplings grow. They get shoved over here, and then once it's full, you can just start going to town with an axe. And then all the spare bone meal and such. It fits nicely into this little 16 by 16 cell, and every room is set up on the cells. So this one is a 3 cell by 3 cell room. So there are sections of 16 by 16s. So this one's 32 by 16. This one is a 16 by 16. And so is that one over there. Spruce room. Mostly just spruce. All the rooms have a nice decoration to the floor, so they're not just empty, flat green grass or whatever. Nice shiny beacons. Here's your dark oak. Regular oak. I don't usually need to use this room because of my oak farming machine, but might as well have a spare. Plus I can get apples and stuff like that if I really wanted to. Custom birch looking tree. Or at least the texture of birch. Acacia. Small jungle. And then this is the big jungle tree. One of the 2x2s. Suppose, I can also grow one of the giant spruce trees here if I wanted to. But it's not really an advantage to doing that. Except for, I guess, more wood from those particular trees. But on the other hand, having one of these guys makes sure that you get a lot of wood, and usually you get enough saplings to just replant it from the big trees themselves. But nice little jungle pattern. Usually what I do is go over here, grab some of these jungle boots if I'm not wearing feather falling already, and then grab an axe and then drop down on top and just go top down. There's water down there. It collects it into a center point, so you don't have to worry about catching all the saplings and oak as your wood as you're going. You can just chop and chop until you're done. But yeah, and then collect stuffs up here. Each room has saplings, the wood of that type of tree, and usually a ender chest and a crafting chest for those emergency needing to grab items real fast situations. But that's basically all it for that one. Looks nice and pretty, but nothing too fancy. Let's head over to the direct opposite side. Start over here. Again, little mini storage area. Collects basically all the different types of plants, mushroom, sugarcane, pumpkins, melons, etc. One of everything. Flowers. So various other miscellaneous plants. Cute little pumpkin. It's actually on top of a armor stand that's buried in the ground, so it gives a nice little mini pumpkin appearance. Little micro farm. This is not one of the best ones, but fills up space nicely. Nice little look around the room real quick here. Okay. This is a desert biome type setup. I try to make the rooms unique to themselves, especially when I got to this point, that they're all semi-unique. Massive wheat farm. Those are there to make sure that the light levels are correct. And then just massive scaffolding to make it look impressive. But yeah, you press these buttons, all the water flows out, all the wheat flows in here, collect wheat, replant. Super simple. Melon and pumpkin farms. Knocks off pumpkins grow. Apparently not for the middle one, but they grow on one of these platforms. The machine senses it, sticks out pistons, pushes them out. They fall down this water and collect in this chest. And melons do the same thing. Yeah. One of them just got knocked off right there. It's very loud, but usually you're not nearby, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, melons fall down. Same thing over here. Nether wart. A lot of nether wart. Special wart remover. Super fast. For whenever you need it. Potion making. And occasionally blocks, I guess, but I haven't really needed to. 3 layers, probably way more than you'd ever need. But who knows? Get potion happy. This is my special importer. it actually turns on with a button press and then turns itself off after like a minute or so. It's a whole redstone setup back there. And that's mostly just because the sound of the ender portal can get really obnoxious. And I don't really like having all the zombie pigmen walking around this particular area. It just seems awkward. Oh, there it goes. So yeah, it uses a flint and steel to turn it on, and then uses a water bucket to turn it off, and it just fires real quick and on and off, so that it breaks it but doesn't spread. Little skulls around here. Decorative item. But yeah, string on top of cactuses and with some of the vines to keep them from growing or getting taller than what they already are. This is my little oasis room. Some of the new glazed terracotta blocks. Sugarcane farm. Pretty big. Not the biggest one in the world, but it gets the job done. Especially since you just run down the aisle. There's a lot of automated ones, but those are way too unnecessarily complicated, I feel, sometimes. I already have the melon one and stuff like that, so doing one for sugarcane seemed unnecessary. Potato farm, same setup as the wheat, basically, smaller room. I mean, I can plant anything I want to in these rooms. They don't have to be potato, wheat, etc., but same setup. And her chest and stuff are hidden down there. Lily pads. Carrots. The Zen room. Nice little rock statuettes. Little pattern using sandstone stairs. Little rocks and quotation marks there to just, make the room look a little full, a little empty of plant life, but have one room at least that's not just trees. I do trees a lot. Cactuses! I have no idea why I need this many cactuses, but I got them. And they're all separated by bone blocks. This is not automated at all, because I have no idea why I need cactus, but I need a room for cactus because I have a room for everything else. Chorus flute. Two different setups in here. These are just growing as much as they want to, and these are set to here so that I can collect the chorus flowers and replant them to make sure I can keep getting chorus flowers, so I don't have to worry about trying to get the ones all the way up there, and I can just focus on getting the fruit from those and the flowers from the short ones. But again, I don't really have too much need for chorus flute because it's kind of it's a purple block. It's all these purple, and they're not great for my current build ideas. So I ignore those, but they're there. That's why they're all the way down here. So I don't have to worry about coming all the way down here. Mushroom room. Big ones, small ones. These are the mark where the big ones go, so I can replant them in the right spot. And they should always regrow. These are not like custom ones. These are literally just planted and then, mushroom can grow on top of mushroom. I didn't know that. But come here, farm these guys if I really want a whole bunch of mushrooms for, I have no idea, the blocks, I guess, because mushrooms themselves are not particularly useful anymore, especially since you have mushrooms. Right? Farming wall for just vines. Just farm like right there and everything below it. And then I guess this custom weeping willow you can also farm for vines. These are not string limited or anything. They just grow as long as they want. My nice cocoa farm. Press button. Whole wall comes down. And then you can just replant the wall. Not a super complicated one, but serves its purpose. And then, ooh, look at this. Secret wall. And that just goes up to the overworld. Nothing special. But what would a underground base layer be without one or two secret escape routes? Alright. And you'll notice I got glass banners hanging down. They're the same basic colors of the wing. The idea was to keep it from being too confusing where you are in the place, but apparently you can still get lost in here. I've tried to make it fairly obvious which every wing goes to. We'll head down this way next, I guess. The purple route. Over here first. Massive storage wing. All the music discs. Banners. Materials for making banners. Some empty chests. Different dyes. Wool. Glass. Miscellaneous storage. Just a lot of stuff. And a lot of name tags. Rockets. Lassos. Fish. Slime balls. You know, just everything. Mostly food stuff over here too. Cooked food. I don't usually use the salmon because, like, you get so much raw fish that having your salmon over here ends up just clogging up everything. Cold chest. Sponge. I got myself some sponge. Alright, this is the bunny room. Hello, bunnies. I got two different style hatches. I didn't even put them up there. They somehow climbed up there on their own, which is, I mean, the point, because they can go up ladders, but it's just neat. You got a little box back here full of carrots if you ever want to come feed them. And if you need to get out, that's what the trapdoors are for. Polar bears. Adorable, adorable polar bears. Oh, ivory, pearl. Thank you, mods, for giving me the eggs so I can have them. Couple snowmen. This is the snow farming area. You stand here, turn on switch. It gives you a shovel. You just click on the snow. There you go. You just stand here. Left click until your shovel runs out. It's super simple. It's supposed to open. There it goes. I think it opens a little too, closes a little too fast. I think that was because of an update. But it's supposed to open up, all the snowballs fall down, collect into these chests. I have more storage here. So you can make, snow blocks. I don't have a lot of call for that, but who knows. And then I like this, you can look down to the ice, and you can see the redstone down there. As long as you don't break the ice, you're good. Break the ice, it basically would ruin all that. Don't do that. But yeah, I was messing around with some of the newest material, like that's powdered concrete, glazed terracotta, bunch of flowers. It's very pink and blue. Cows. Boosh room's back there, cows here. All the rooms have a little animal face on the top. Pig room. Hello there, piggies. Chick room. Double face. I don't know why I did that. Of course, there's a couple of chickens in there on top of hoppers. Just keep laying eggs. Not that I have an underabundance of eggs. But if I were to accidentally kill every single chicken, I'd have more spare. One of the newer rooms. Purple beacons in the water. And these are all the sheep. Blue, green, purple, red. Very simple. Armor stands on top of sea lanterns. Woo, another secret. Woo. But this is actually where you'd be able to get down to where the beacons are if I ever needed to reset them or change them to something else. To be down there. Basically every color sheep. And sheep farm. They're very loud, so I have friendly mob sounds off. Nice fine work up here. Every room is designed and a creative server or map, and then I just come over here and basically recreate it. Try to make it get really creative and not have to worry about wasting materials. Here's the horse room, little pond. Whee! Little path for them to run around on. Pretty simple. Try to get at least one of every type of horse here. Binky. Mules, donkeys, 4 different types of horses. Some storage up here. Apples, wheat, golden carrots, etc. Not entirely impressed with the acacia, but I wanted to try out something new. Try to give this a natural look type thing to it. Alright, this is a fun room. There's obviously not going to be anything in it right now, but this room's set up so that only creepers spawn in here, hence the trapdoors. Creepers can spawn in there, and so can spiders and baby zombies, but not like skeletons and endermen and adult zombies. So, makes it possible to get gunpowder. Usually you have to stand like AFK a good 24 blocks away from it just to get something to spawn in there. But if you're busy over here working on something, they come out pretty quick. Last room is literally just a pretty room. Just using some of the prismarine blocks on the back wall. Nice little rock stone design. Use some of these magma blocks and stuff. Nothing's entirely unique about the room in terms of purposes. It's meant to be a squid farm, but in my history, I haven't gotten a lot of squid to spawn here. And I don't really need squid to spawn, because it's just not really a thing that we need anymore. But it's supposed to spawn here, fall down, die on magma, and then get the ink sacs. But nothing entirely necessary. Little restroom. These are all saddles. I have a lot of saddles. I meant to come back here with Podzol, but I'll worry about that later. And I like this little jungle leaves with the dark oak. Looks like planters almost. Shader pack makes these water lilies look better. But yeah, I have sprint for basically the entire area because of the beacons. Look around the main area here for a quick second. Little custom giant mushroom in the corner there. This is like one of the first beacons built here. Waterfall. I like this glazed terracotta design on the bottom there. Looks pretty. All these little alcoves have their own little unique things, and all the paintings are labeled with what they're actually called in the files. Alright, let's go over here first. A little terracotta pattern on the floor. Big flower design on the ceiling. Again, more of the banners to help guide you along. They're all set up basically on the direction they're pointing. So we're facing the green wing. This is the blue wing. That way is the purple. And that way would be the orange. This room was annoying to light up. Get some lights up in the acacia trees because mobs will spawn on top of acacia wood. So you gotta put lights up there or else you'll have creepers and crap blowing up. Yeah. Train station. Take you to Empyrean City and off to Equestria and Hillside. Some of the other areas that are around here. Free minecarts. Get you going where you need to go. Not super detailed down here, but I didn't build the railway station necessarily myself. I mean, I added to it, but it was here because it was part of the train line. And I just adjusted it to make it look a little bit prettier and fit in. But I think I did a fairly good job of incorporating it. Now here's one of my favorite rooms. Giant redstone lamp looking thing on the ceiling. I appreciate both the artworks on these rooms. Spruce trees, mushrooms. Now I like this. These are just neat little waterfalls suspended by glass panes. A little bit of cake. Oh man, I was hungry. I've been running around. Get some glowstone back there to help light it up. Put some redstone ores back there to give the impression of having some berries and stuff on the vines, which I like. Little fire pit with little pillows. All my puppers are over here, or more of them anyway. Just nice little relaxation room, really. Just pretty outdoor garden inside in the basement. But yeah, if you hear that, that was the Song of Rain. Plays every few minutes or so. Water comes down from there, splashes into this little reflecting pool, and then goes quiet. And then a few minutes later, it'll go on again. That was fun to set up. I always kind of wanted a little redstone block, no block, and that one was one I can actually do. But yeah, it's fun. I usually turn it off just to reduce lag when I'm not online, but I like having it playing every once in a while. Okay. Enchanting room. All these banners are actually from the end. Like I didn't make those, they're all from the end. And then these are all various books. Fire protection and blast protection. Curses. I don't know how you have binding and vanishing. Not sure which one takes precedence there. Feather falling. paper, bottles, lapis, all the things you need. These are mostly tools and weapon enchantments, and those are mostly armor and some miscellaneous enchantments. But yeah, a whole bunch of enchantment tables. Just to kind of fill out the room. Put a lot of knickknacks in here. A couple vines up in the corner. And there's string. Yeah, you can see it. There's string right underneath that vine to keep it from growing farther. But it's impossible to see unless you're looking for it. Another wither skull. This is my potion making room. You just flick the switch on which one you want. Like, say you wanted say while they're breathing, and you want it to have redstone effect, which means it lasts longer. Then you hit that one and that one. Then you go here, press that button. It means it's turned on, and you can see it working. It'll put in the nether wart. It'll put in the pufferfish. It'll put in the redstone, and then once it's all done, it'll spit it out. Put it in the shulker box. Spare blaze powder. Some dragon breath. Don't usually need dragon's breath for anything, but whatever. But yeah, healing, swiftness, night vision, visibility. I don't have sets for like poison and slow and all those things just because it's kind of, I don't use them all the time, and when I do use them it's to buff myself to fight like the wither or the dragon. But yeah, while they're breathing, then the redstone will go in, make it 8 minutes long. This is what you put in the full water bottles, but not anything else. You can, little thing set up there so you can fill water bottles. But yeah, this is where all the nether wart goes. And I have enough, so I don't worry about it too much. And I have a little emergency farm over here in case for some unknown reason I managed to run out. But yeah, this is this little spruce standing stone type setup. This is my major storage area. Some elytra, different types of blocks, lots of blocks. Shulker box is just full of stone bricks. Because, believe it or not, emptying out giant underground caves gives you a lot of stone. All my tools. Lots of tools. One of my sets of armor. I like this shield. It's a neat looking shield. This is my guardsman. Bodyguard. Massive furnace. My main nether. Spare wither skulls. Spare tools. But yeah, these are mostly used for going into the nether. Like projectile protection, fire protection. Having a full set of fire protection or projectile protection doesn't actually give you the best defense rating because of how the math's calculated. Got more elytra back here. This is my quick fire resistance brewing station. Literally, you just press that button and it just makes more fire resistance. Just takes them out of here. Oops. Blaze powder. Redstone for the longer length. And then you can just reach every single one of the tools. So one of those is blaze powder, one of them is your redstone to make it last longer, water bottles, etc. This right here is how you access the furnace. Take these buckets, you go to the nether, fill them with lava, put them in there. They'd filter over here, go into each of these, and then you just put all the cobblestone you'd want, and then it comes out down here. But yeah, basically just storage. These are neat. You'll notice the redstone ore is just constantly blinking. It's a trick using armor stands to keep them activated, but they just keep doing a little particle effect, which looks neat. I made this one before I made the other one that you could turn off and on, or else I might have changed how I designed this room. Like I might have put this over here or over here so that I could turn on and off. You need space behind it to turn on and off. Okay, here's the villager trading area. I have them mostly marked if they have anything useful. Like these guys apparently have decent trades for equipment. Although I don't usually need to, because I'm kind of at that point in the game where I have everything else. Could coal trade if I was desperate for coal. I mean, emeralds, but I'm not. But 16 coal is the best trade for emeralds. Here's a good one. All these characters are actually named after artists I like. But I have all their good trades listed here. Like 18 wheat, 14 wool, 15 potatoes are like the best trades for emeralds for these villagers. You're not going to find a better trade than 14 wool for 1 emerald or 15 potatoes for 1 emerald. Same thing over here. Carrots, melons, pumpkins, melons, string. These guys are all named after the Beatles, which I'm pretty happy with. Little micro farm. Flick switch. Right click on here of seeds of anything that has just seeds. And you just right click and you just keep getting more. Fits in that little room. Best way to get emeralds. Mr. Sid Barrett over here. With his 24 paper. Use 24. Usually I sit there and trade up to 24. And then if it doesn't reset after you're finished, then I do the 28. And then by then it probably resets and you go back to 24. But that's how you get all these beautiful emeralds. So go with the sugarcane, knock it all down, come here, trade paper, question mark, profit. But yeah, silk touch, sweeping edge, mending. For 20. Not terrific, but 20 is not bad. Especially since you only... I mean, I'm kind of at the point where I have all these, so I'm not worried about it. Now, Blink 182 guys over here. Mark, Tom, and Travis with their beef, pork, beef. A lot of these guys don't really have any good trades. Good leather one over here, but they don't tend to trade with anything but sugarcane anymore. But yeah, not a lot of particularly great trades anymore. Quick little mini watermelon and pumpkin farm. They go there. It senses one's there. Piston push-ins, it breaks it on that. And there are hoppers like right under it. So it sends it right into these boxes. Like it's right behind there. You just can't see it. And this little mini sugarcane farm. basically what I'd build if I was to do that one room. But yeah, just it collects it through the dirt, puts it in the hopper, hopper goes into here. Pretty straightforward. And now this is how I get the villagers. Because I don't have a villager village. I actually come down here, turn off the lights. Redstone lamps are just to keep it lit up so you can see in there with the settings down. And you wait for a zombie villager to show up. And then, yeah, lure it over here. You press this little trap door. They fall down there. You set a minecart in there. And they come down here. And then you can go ahead and flick this switch, which sends them into this loop. You can hit them with a splash potion of weakness, give them a golden apple, wait till they heal, and then you send them up that line. So I got supplies for golden apples and potions of weakness. Yep. Send them up this way. Into one of these little holding pins. And then you can send them from here off to their designated areas from there. Nice and straightforward. We'll get back to that painting later. Mushroom and spruce hallway. These are custom. I built these back when you could actually do that for that one patch, and then they changed it so you didn't get these, but you will be getting those soon again. Another roof design. And this is my lapis lazuli mine, although, I mean, obviously it's not a mine for that, but that's what it's styled as. But yeah, what you can actually do is pop that switch and send the minecart down there to that little collection zone down there. And then you can fill up those minecarts and send them back up this trail. This is before shulker boxes were a part of the game, so you couldn't do a massive mining thing yet. You had to use ender chest or sit there and worry about just making multiple trips. But we can ride the minecart down. Most of these branch tunnels appear for show. I don't really need to mine this high up. Usually I do down here at the diamond level. But yeah, get an idea of how deep down you are here. But yeah, I have some, most of this is for show. Because, the real mining is much less aesthetic. It's just long branch mining tunnels going off in various directions. And again, I have the haste for speed mining on. And so I usually try to keep my mining to underneath the city, underneath the base, so that I can take advantage of that beacon. But yeah, spare supplies. All my minecarts are set up the same way, so that when you get to the end, there's another minecart sitting there, so that you hit shift when you get to the end, and the minecart that you're in goes back to where it came from. So you have an automated system to make sure that you never need to have a minecart on you. You just write it down, get to the end, hit shift, send the other one back, send it back up. Keeps yourself nice and busy. Alright. Now we're in the last room. Now this is neat. I have a little strength beacon over here. And the beacon is actually just over that way. It's inside of the walls. And it's set up so that each of these spawners, skeleton, zombie, spider, cave spider, are within the range of this beacon so that you can take advantage of it. Now this cave spider spawner is just that, it's a cave spider one, not nice big size ones. So I usually ignore this one because poison's really annoying. But I do have a nice arachnophobia Bane of Arthropods sword. This is where I can get to the beacon if I need to. Although, oh yeah, there it is. I used emeralds for this one because that's how many emeralds I had. It's a little behind the scenes there. But yeah, the strength beacon goes to all of them. Now these are all, oops, set up so that if zombies somehow got spawned down there in the cave system, that they wouldn't be able to follow you, or creepers or whatever else, because you don't need creepers and skeletons in my base. It's all lit so that nothing should be able to spawn unless I want it to be able to. Skeleton spawner. All these are basically the same. Little door to the cave system. All the arrows I've collected. Now this one's neat. I got a set of special gear for fighting, plus a shield. You go up here, then you turn off the lights, and then you just have a combat zone, essentially. It's a decent way for getting bones. I'm kind of at the point where I don't need them anymore, but if I want them, that's how I can get them. And then got the one other zombie spawner. Ooh, a little bit of lag. There we go. This one's the furthest away, but it's still covered by the beacon, which is good. There we go. Get some bad lag there for a second. We'll just pop out real fast. Again, door just goes into the cave system. Storage for all the zombie drops. Now this used to be a lot more complicated down here, because this is where the zombie spawner is. You just go in here, turn off the lights, fight zombies. And then there should be a, yeah, little anti-zombie weapon in there. This used to be where I could collect zombie villagers. There was a trapdoor there, and I could send them up to where the zombie villagers are and heal them. But unfortunately, they changed it so spawners don't give villagers anymore. So I just knocked it all down and made it back into a simple farming for zombie spawners. Alright, now let's have some fun here. Woo! Spooky door. One last little secret passage here. But yeah, there you go, see? Back. I told you we'd be back this painting. But yeah, that's basically it. Has a farm for about everything you need. The whole thing's basically designed around getting materials, which I guess is kind of what all bases do in a way, unless you are really just creating a fun little build that has nothing to do with getting materials, which, I mean, this room is that, and then there's other rooms that are storage, and the hallways are just pretty. But yeah, and this is a trophy room, you know, dragon skull, elytra, nether star, wither star, wither star. There it goes. Other star. I was right the first time. But yeah, little trophy room. I have the sponge over that way. But yeah, that's basically it. If you want me to tour any other places, I guess I could. But I mean, I mostly just wanted to show off my place here before this server did end. And now that I'm kind of at the point where I'm done, because I know a lot of people don't necessarily get around to all the other bases, and mine's kind of hidden because you have to realize that you have to go underground. So if you look at the map, you don't necessarily realize anything's there until you go here. Otherwise, it looks like an empty pine forest, I guess. But that's it. Thank you for watching.